So rather than streaming, I've got to do a recorded video. For anybody watching this now, you will have seen earlier on there's a 24-minute upload, and it turns out that I'd literally been chatting to I know I'm chatting to myself now, but during the live stream, obviously I'm chatting to however many people are watching or listening in, and it turns out that I was literally chatting for 5 minutes without realising the stream had gone down. I personally don't know what's going on, and I'm telling you now, I've just sat here for 5 minutes just literally saying fucking cunt, what the fucking hell is going on? Because I was genuinely really enjoying that conversation from earlier on, but unfortunately I'm now going to have to do a video. It was just going to be a simple, what was happening earlier on was a simple live stream, members only chat, and I was just going to go through the members league, which I'm about to do now, and go through the chat, see what people want to say, and then talk about the Brentford Brighton stuff. More specifically, the upcoming game week. Very frustrating. And yeah, it just seems to be when I'm streaming only, something seems to be going on. I don't know what's going on, but anyway. I did briefly, for a split second before the chat went down, see that FPL Harry said that this team looked familiar. Yes, because I copied you, mate. Of course I didn't. Yeah, this is FPL Harry's team. He is top of the Members League. He is, well, I mean, from an overall rank perspective, he's just destroying it. 2,744 for the world. For game week 27. Henry, Estepunian, Matoma, Tony, March. 5 double game week players. Raya, 6. 6 double game week players. So it'll be Raya in for Azpilicueta. Sorry, you know what I mean, Kepa. Arizela Balaga. Zinchenko, so it'd be Kepa, Henry, Zinchenko. Unless he plays, who are Newcastle playing this game week? It is Wolves, so Trippier then. Oh, fucking hell, Harry, you've got a tough one. So it's either play Trippier or Zinchenko. I mean, I personally be playing Trippier myself, but what do I know? It'll be Saka, Matoma, March, and Rashford. Haaland, Tony, and Kane up top. Unless you're bench boosting. I mean, you've got the ideal team to be bench boosting. Trippier, Botman at home to Wolves. I would say there's a 70% chance of a clean sheet there. Wolves can't score. Newcastle can't score. 0-0. March double game week. Raya double game week. Haaland good fixture away at Crystal Palace. Tony. Kane. He's at home to Nottingham Forest. Decent-ish fixture. Rashford. Home to Southampton. Martinelli, Saka away at Fulham. Matoma, double game week. Henry, double game weeker. I'm wondering if Harry is double bench boosting this game week. And then obviously for the blank, Kepa or Raya, whatever two he wants to play. I would assume for the blank, Harry will play Kepa because they're at home to Everton. Henry, Zinchenko, Estepinian, Saka, Matoma, Martinelli, Tony, Kane, March, Trippier, Botman. So he's got a full 11 as well. Fucking hell. You see, all this bullshit that was coming out about, well, wildcarders have had it bad this week. Yeah, but when it comes to Gameweek 27-28, they're fucking spitting in our faces. They're shitting all over us. They're absolutely annihilating us. If you've taken Harry's team as an example, and the majority of teams are looking very similar, they're kicking the shit out of us. So, unfortunately, as much as non-wildcarders want to gloat, I mean, yes, people that can wildcard this game week 27, of course they can. So actually, the likes of Harbour Boy could be in that prime situation where, you know, he takes advantage of the fact that he's got his wildcard. But I don't think Harbour Boy, in fact, I know Harbour Boy isn't playing his wildcard because he said in the members chat. But yeah, I mean, Harry is just there, prime for this double game week. I mean, it's looking good. I mean, when I look at, say, Jason's team as an example, where he, for instance, has got Estepinian, Matoma, and Buemo. Now, could Jason go down the route of doing some transfers, taking a -4, -8 for this? I don't know. I think that from my personal perspective, having the Brighton main guys in Estepinian, Matoma, and knowing that he's got, well, could Jason get rid of De Bruyne for argument's sake? Could he get rid of Mahrez for argument's sake? Yes, he can. Will he be an individual who brings in someone like McAllister? Does he do a -4? And in fact, does Jason even have... Yeah, he would have to do a -4 to get in Tony, as an example. But then who does he... Mahrez and Gnotto, and here we are, Jason, here's your tips. Mahrez and Gnotto out for McAllister and Tony? Give your tips away, Steve. Help your rival out, yeah. Fuck's sake. This is what happens when you're ahead of in a chess game. You can do this. You can do this stuff, whereas people like me can't do jack shit. Especially when you're chasing. It's very, very difficult. And when you look at the YouTube, top of the YouTube chat league, and No Weak Foot, who's just... Ironically, he's ahead of Jason. He's 7,000th in the world. 7,116th. 7,116th. Now, he played his wild card the same as me in game week 25. Now he's got Rhea, me, Estepinian. That's it. Now, could No Weak Foot bring in the likes of Matoma? Absolutely, yeah, of course he can. Odegaard. And Nketiah out for Tony. I would assume that that's what No Weak Foot's going to do. And Nketiah out for Tony. Odegaard out for Matoma. That's all he's got to do. Then he can easily play a 3-4-3 with Trent, me, Estepinian, Salah, Matoma, Saka, Rashford, Tony, Hall and Watkins. Done. That's why these members pay $1.99 for tips like this. Tips like this to state the bloody obvious. $7,000. I mean, he is, when I look at it here, how many points is that ahead of Jason then? 1764. Let's just do the maths here. If I can, of course. So I can bring a calculator up. 1717. Nope, that's the wrong button. 1717 minus 53 points ahead of Jason. Jason's now 10 points, exactly 10 points clear of Matthews Aishi. By 15 points ahead of John. Bloody hell, Maestro and John are on the same point, 1649 each. Brendan Saunders in 6th, 1646. It's very tight between Jason down to 6th. Very tight. 20 odd points, mate. 20 odd points between these guys. And yeah, like I say, with the likes of No Weak Foot, he's got the simple options of doing that minus, well, I'm assuming a -4. If not, it could be 2 free transfers. And it will be 2, it will be 2 free transfers. Done. No Weak Foot, happy days. Tony and Matoma in for Odegaard and Gnotto. Nketiah. This game's easy when you think about it. This game's a piece of piss. Not for people like me that make it difficult. But those fixtures for this double game week, I think Brighton do have the easiest set. Easily the easiest set of fixtures, in my opinion. Oh yeah, I forgot about that. I forgot that it does the old, what do you call it? Puts it to the left. It's ridiculous, isn't it? So, scroll down here. There we are. Should be up on screen now. Should be all good. Of course, I've scrolled too far down. This is great recording, this is. Thank God I'm just putting this out immediately. Next. Next. There we are. All there? Good. So, easily Brighton have got the best fixtures. Away at Leeds. At home to Crystal Palace. Brentford, on the other hand, 2 away fixtures where I think they're potentially going to struggle. You know, that Everton game, 1-0, 0-0. I mean, Everton can't score. They scored twice the other day, Steve. Don't you remember? Everton can't score. Brentford can defend. What do you reckon? 0-0, 1-1 for that fixture? Leeds Brighton. I think that could be very, very profitable. I honestly, if Brighton want to, 4 goals. Genuinely, I'm bullish about Brighton in this double game week. I'm Jason. I know I did that to Harry the other day. Can you do that again, please? Fucking hell. You having a laugh? You're having a laugh. He is having a laugh. Yeah, I'm quite bullish on Brighton. away from home, scored 22 goals, conceded 18. I can see that being, honestly, I've got in my head, I don't know why, 4-1. The last 6 fixtures, 1-3, drawn 2, lost 1. Admittedly, the last 2 fixtures have been draws. 1-1 against Crystal Palace, 2-2 against Leicester. The 3 wins, 4-1 against Everton, 3-1 against Southampton, 3-2 against Wolves. Bit of a pattern here. They don't keep clean sheets, but they can score a shitload of goals. And then the loss was a 3-1 against Man City. Leeds, on the other hand, they don't score many, but they don't concede many. They've scored 16, conceded 16. A real mixed bag. 1-2, drawn 2, lost 2. They beat Southampton 1-0. This is the last 6 fixtures. Lost to Man United 2-0. Here we go, Bilal. A bit of the pattern here. One of the teams will be keeping a clean sheet. In the draws, Leeds 0, Brentford 0. Okay, here we go. Leeds 2, West Ham 2. Leeds 1, Man City 3. Leeds 4, Bournemouth 3. I honestly, I can see this being a high-scoring game. Generally can see that being a high-scoring game. 4-1, 4-2. Something like that. Whereas their other fixture, at home to Crystal Palace, 1-0. I mean, SA's back. Zaha's back, isn't he? So Crystal Palace perform a lot better with Zaha in the team. I mean, Crystal Palace away from home, they're shocking. They don't score goals. They've scored 12 goals in 13 games, conceded 17. Last 4 fixtures in the Premier League have all ended in draws. This all away from home. 0-0 against Liverpool. 1-1 against Brighton. 0-0 against Newcastle. 1-1 against Man United. So 1-1, 0-0, 1-1, 0-0. Hold on a minute. Am I going mad? Yeah, they're away at Crystal Palace. Oh, because I got it on home. Like Will does in the in-betweeners. How gullible is he? She. Brilliant, isn't it? So Crystal Palace away from home scored 9 goals. Fuck me, Jesus. They don't win any games either. 1-2, drawn 4, lost 6. Last 4 fixtures. Okay. Yawning. Lost 3, drawn 1. They lost 1-0 to Aston Villa. They drew 1-1 with Brentford. They lost 2-1 against Man United. And they lost 1-0 against Chelsea. They won 2-0 against Bournemouth. And then they lost 1-0 against Crystal Palace to Nottingham Forest. So essentially, they're going to be losing 1-0 to Brighton. At home, Brighton are they score an average of 2 a game. 21 goals scored, 11 conceded. Like I said, 1-3, drawn 3. They won 4-0 against West Ham. They did lose to Fulham 1-0, but then the 2 before that, 1-0 against Bournemouth, 3-0 against Liverpool, and then they lost against Arsenal in a high-scoring 4-2, and they lost to Aston Villa 2-1. So I really do think, with Brentford on the other hand, away from home, they don't win fixtures. They draw. They like to draw away from home. They've won 2, drawn 6, lost 3. They don't score many. Scored 13, conceded 19. Last 6 fixtures, drawn 3, won 2, lost 1. Those results being if it decides to load up here, which of course it doesn't want to. 1-1 against Arsenal. 0-0 with Leeds. They beat West Ham away 2-0. Beat Man City 2-1. Drew 2-2 with Nottingham Forest, but no one beats Nottingham Forest. And then they lost 4-0 in a complete anomaly against Aston Villa. And yeah, I mean, from a prediction point of view regarding these two teams, you know, like I said, Everton, Brentford, 0-0, 1-1, something like that. Maybe even 1-0 to Brentford, but I think Dyche is going to get them up for that game. Brighton to win 4-1, 4-2, 3-1, 3-2, something like that against Leeds. And then against Crystal Palace, 1-0, 1-1, some dire game like that. And then Brentford against Southampton. Southampton's the interesting one. Obviously, they've got a double game week. I mean, away at Man United, 3-0. There we are, done. There's your 3-0. It depends how they get on tonight. Are they playing tonight, Man United? Let's have a quick look. No, it's the Champions League tonight. I mean, tomorrow. Are they playing tomorrow, Man United? And the answer is yes, they are, against Real Betis. So they've got two home fixtures. Against Real Betis and then Southampton. And certainly, depending on how it goes, I mean, Man United are looking a bit tired. And, well, here we go. These are the last three fixtures in chronological order. Southampton 1, Man United 1. Man United 1, Southampton 1. Southampton 0, Man United 1. There was, before the fixtures, when Southampton decided to tighten up, there was a lot of goals involved, including a 9-0. That 9-0, that day, consisted of this. So, on that day, which was the Tuesday, the 2nd of February, 2021, Aaron Wan-Bissaka, my hero, scored in the 18th minute, assisted by Luke Shaw. In the 25th minute, Marcus Rashford, assisted by Mason Greenwood. An own goal by Yen Ben. Oh, that's right. Bednarak conceded in the 34th minute. Cavani scored to make it 4-0 as Luke Shaw assisted. In the second half, there were a host of there were two substitutions. Van der Beek and Martial came on for Luke Shaw and Edison Cavani. Martial then followed up with a goal in the 69th minute. Bruno Fernandes assist. Scott McTominay scored in the 71st minute. Fernandes got a penalty in the 87th minute. Martial got on the score sheet again in the 90th minute. And then Bruno Fernandes assisted Dan James in the 92nd minute to make it 9-0. Yes, of course. And we had... that's right. Alexandra Yankovic was red carded in the 2nd minute, and Bednarak was red carded in the 86th minute. Jesus. Fucking mental. But yeah, I would expect the Man United game 2-0, 3-0. But Southampton at home to Brentford. I'll tell you what, I would not be surprised Southampton winning. Now I know Brentford. What is it? Brentford are like unbeaten in the beginning of the season since the restart after the World Cup. Is that right? They lost in the FA Cup to West Ham, 1-0. Yeah, so they've lost one game since beating Man City on the 12th of November, which was 2-1. They've lost one game. They've won 3, 4, 5, they've won 6 and drawn 4. But a lot of those wins have come at home. So to be honest with you, this game against Southampton, and the last time these two played each other, if I can see it up on my screen here, which of course I can't. Oh, is this the rescheduled game, I'm assuming? Yeah. No, it's not. Oh, there it is. They ended 3-0. Brentford were at home. It ended 3-0 to Brentford. It was only a few weeks back on the 4th of February. And this is the scorers. Buemo assisting Ben Mee. Jason. Visor assisting Buemo. And Rico Henry, Jason. Assisting Matthias Jensen. Tony did play that game. He got a yellow card. But certainly, the game against Southampton away from home, I mean, Southampton at home, if I look at their home record so far in the last 6, I don't think it's that great reading, is it? No. They won their last game. That ended 1-0, obviously, against Leicester. But prior to that, 2-1 against Wolves. Lost 1-0 to Aston Villa. 1-0 to Nottingham Forest. 3-1 to Brighton. And 4-1 to Newcastle. I don't expect Brentford to be scoring many goals. And again, I think 1-0, 1-1, 2-1 either way. I think personally loading up on the Brighton boys is the way to be moving with this particular game week, if anything. If you really want to be going all out for it. I mean, certainly, like I say, with the likes of Harry as an example, absolutely storming it with the fact that he has the full set of 6 players. And I mean, I don't know, from my personal perspective, I think that Matoma's your safest bet, but this McAllister is certainly an option when you factor in, the other day he got his double-digit return, didn't he? And if I look at his returns, this is a World Cup winner. For God's sakes. But I mean, I read on Discord someone saying about, look, when a certain particular player plays, that's when McAllister plays more advanced. But last several fixtures against West Ham, he got 14 points. But prior to that, 2-1, didn't play against Bournemouth, 1-3, and then he played 28 minutes against Everton and got just the 1 point. I know Matoma has been bringing in a lot of it, whereas this Solly March, who Harry has got, a bit more consistent. 3-2-10, 3-2-19-11. So based on that pattern, it looks like we're going to get a double-digit score from Solly March against Leeds. So maybe Jason E's the one that you should be getting. 5.1 million. You either go Maverick and bring in McAllister, the exciting pick, or you just think, fuck it, I'm going to go with Solly March, who has got a pattern here. 3-2 double, 3-2. Who knows? But certainly from my personal standpoint, I think that Brighton are your best assets to be bringing in. And if you, I think looking at this, I think, both teams have a solid chance of getting a clean sheet each in one of the 2 games. We're just lucky that neither of them are playing each other. But without wanting to go around in circles here, I think that certainly Leeds could be very, very profitable for Brighton if Leeds don't show up. If they do show up, it could be a 1-0, something like that to Leeds, but certainly it's a very important game for Leeds. They're only, look how tight it is at the bottom of the Premier League. Bournemouth 21 points, Southampton 21 points, Everton 22 points, Leeds 22 points, West Ham 23, Leicester 24. I think Nottingham Forest and Wolves have got enough. And I think Leicester have always got a result. Bloody hell. Leicester conceded 43 goals, but scored 36. In fact, Leicester are one of the highest scoring teams in the division. Certainly from Chelsea in 10th downwards, Leicester have scored the most goals. However, apart from Nottingham Forest, they've conceded the most in the whole league. Nottingham Forest have conceded the most with 44 goals. Leicester have conceded 43. Wow. That's madness. That's absolutely nuts. So, I'll just quickly gloss over the other games here. With that in mind, you've got Bournemouth, Liverpool. It's going to be a tight game. People are shouting on and on about, I'm so glad I got Liverpool assets. I don't think this is going to be an easy game. I think Liverpool win, but the way Bournemouth are playing at home at the moment, they've always seemed to have got a goal in them. I think Liverpool nicked this either 1-0, 2-0, 2-1, something like that. I can't see Liverpool scoring more than 2 personally. Sorry, more to the point, I can see it, but I don't think they will. I think 2-0 at a push. 2-0, 2-1. And then Everton-Brentford, like I said, I'll go with a 1-1. Leeds-Brighton, 3 or 4-1 to Brighton. Leicester-Chelsea. Chelsea obviously having an outstanding result against Borussia Dortmund. Is that going to be playing on their minds? Leicester, on the other hand, off the back of a terrible result against Leicester. This is... What do you reckon, Bilal? 2-1 either way? Chelsea are fucking terrible away from home. 1-3, drawn 4, lost 6. Scored only 10 goals. Last 6, they haven't won a single game. And yeah, it's just absolutely dire. What do you reckon? 1-1, 0-0? I'll go with 1-1. Maybe even Leicester to nick it 2-1. Spurs, Nottingham Forest. Easy victory for Spurs. 2-0. 2-0, 2-1, 3-1. Crystal Palace, Man City. They're a bogey team, aren't they? For Crystal Palace. Wait a minute. Crystal Palace have actually got a double game week. It's not even dawned on me. It's just hit me just now. Zaha, anybody? Yeah. I don't think this will be a high scoring game. 1-0 City. 2-0, 2-1. 1-0, 2-2. 1/2-0, 2-1 City. Fulham, Arsenal. Again. Depends how tonight goes, but Arsenal away from home. They've scored so many goals. 1-0, last 6 fixtures, 4-2. They lost 1-0 against Everton and then 2-0 against Tottenham. 4-2, 2-0. What is this? 2-0, 4-2. What's this? 2-0, 4-2. And then we had 2-0, 1-0, 4-2. Get your money on a 4-2 to Fulham or Arsenal, preferably in Arsenal's favour, for a bit of fun. Fulham, on the other hand, at home. This could be goals in this game. 2-1, something like that. 2-1, 3-1 Arsenal, 3-2. I reckon this could be an entertaining game if Marco Silva goes for it. Man United, Southampton, 3-0. 2-3-0. West Ham, Aston Villa. God almighty. God almighty. What we thinking here? 1-1. 2-1, 2-1 Aston Villa. What are West Ham like at home? 1-5, drawn 2, lost 5. So they don't draw any games. Last 3, they're unbeaten at home. 4-0 against Nottingham Forest. 1-1 against Chelsea and 2-0 against Everton. Whereas Aston Villa away from home, they're pretty good. They don't like drawing either, but they don't like scoring. 2-0 against Everton. Lost 3-1 against City, but then they beat Southampton 1-0, beat Tottenham 2-0, and beat Brighton 2-1. So Aston Villa to win this 2-0, 2-1. There we are. That's based on the form. Newcastle Wolves 0-0. 0-0, 1-0 Newcastle, maybe 1-1. And we've already covered the Brighton, Crystal Palace and Southampton, Brentford games. So yeah, it's going to be exciting to see what happens in the next several more specifically the next set of fixtures. And I know me and Jason will be streaming this week, so and there won't be any issues because Jason will be hosting it, thankfully. So yeah, if you keep an eye out for that, it's probably going to be Friday, if anything. And yeah, certainly me and Jason will let you know via Twitter, usual thing, at Elite FPL. Of course, via Discord as well, we'll be able to let you know when we're going live too. So yeah, on that note, all I can say is good luck, everybody, and get those Brighton players in.